Hello and welcome back to In the Spotlight. We are featuring Kwaku Mitchell, who comes to us out of Orlando, Florida, my personal hometown. And I'm Laurel Starks, your host here of In the Spotlight. So let me give you a little background on Kwaku just as we are about to get into it. Kwaku has been in real estate since 2010. He's got a stellar career. Prior to real estate, he got his bachelor's degree in economics from the University of Central Florida and a music performance minor as well. So he's got that mathematical and the musical sides of his brain. Kwaku, he got his CDRE in 2019. So he was one of our first CDREs and definitely the first one in the state of Florida. Kwaku has done well into the hundreds of cases that he has been involved in. He is frequently appointed as an expert by the courts in Orlando for listing and selling property, as well as an expert to testify in various matters involving real estate and family law litigation. Kwaku, prior to becoming a CDRE. He also led his team. They've done over 100 million in volume. He's consistently in the top 1% throughout Orlando. All of these sorts of things. He is also a member of the Collaborative Family Law Group of Central Florida and is an affiliate member of the Orange County Bar Association as well. So welcome, Kwaku. Excited to have you here. All right. So Kwaku, if you can remember what life was like before you got into the divorce niche, take us back and talk to us a little bit about what motivated you to get into this niche. What was your business like before you got into this niche? And then, walk us through how you built an incredible business. I mean, I've been with you in and amongst your attorneys at a collaborative event that we
Yeah.
jointly attended. You're like a darling of the Orange County family law group.
Uh,
How did you get there? What was life like before that? And then walk us through how you got there.
sure. So life before becoming a CDRE, basically, I was a sphere agent. I was just kind of working on my past clients. So, uh, I was at, what was it, 85? It was always, either 84, 83, 86% past clients, and then the other 13 to 15 percent was always expireds for sale by owners. Just kind of what took up the most of my time was always kind of that 20%. But larger percentage of closed volume was always my past clients. And so I felt the best way to really work them was with events. So I was always doing events. I would do quarterly, I would do a quarterly happy hour. I'd do one big annual event right after Halloween. I would do rent out the movie theater for the Disney movie. I would in like June, July. It was always a Disney movie then. So you get all the parents there. So I was doing events all throughout the year. Do food truck events, partner with the community. But it was, and I kind of went that route just because I felt just as a real estate agent, if you call your past clients, your coaches always tell you call your past clients, and so you call your past client, and I just thought they're looking at their phone, they're like, oh, it's Kwaku, right? Like, give him 3 minutes. He's gonna ask us if we know anyone that wants to buy, buy, sell, or invest in real estate. So, you know, it would give you something to talk about, and you're like, if you just call and you're like, hey, are you coming out to the happy hour? Like, what are you doing? Nothing, right? Come on out to the happy hour. Bring your friend. Your friend's a realtor. Bring them too, right? Like, whatever. I would do an event and get them out, and then I could always count on, okay, in 90 days, like it was like each event, depending on the event, but each event on average, I was getting 6 to 9 closed deals, and that would occur starting 9 months to 6 or 7 months out. So I was like, oh, I'll just fill up on events. So every family union, mega camp, I was always going to those breakouts for like events that
Wow.
people would do or whatever. But anyway, so I was just doing all events. So that's kind of what life looked like prior to. I was just always doing events, reaching out to my past clients, and kind of put the expires for sale by owners aside. And but that's all I was doing. uh, I was looking for more because it's not predictable when you're working your sphere. So you're doing all the events, which is a headache. You need staff for that. Um, and then you get a buyer lead or a ton of buyer leads, and then you get a listing, and then you get a ton of buyer leads, and then you get a few listings, and then you get some more buyer leads, and then your time's not it's predictable. It's coming from your sphere, but not predictable as far as a leverage, leads, listings, leverage type of business. And I always wanted that. So uh, I was always looking for more. So, and I wanted, I feel one of my highest and best uses is relationships. So I would reach out to, at first, just complexes like rental complexes or whatever. And I was like, I got business there. And then I moved on to like work with builders. How can I get one relationship to trust me, know me, like me, trust me? How can I get one relationship to trust me? Then give me their business. So my clients, that builder, so I would get like Lennar, and I would say, let me sell your home, and let me sell the clients that come to your communities. Let me sell their home, and I'll add me to the new construction sales contract, whatever. So you create a relationship of many. It's not just one where you're working directly with the buyer seller. So I wanted that type of business, but it was going well with the builders. But I just know their track record. When it's going well, they don't need you, and then they shut down when the market's not good. So I wanted something I can count on, and then I just looked for different things, and then a lot of my past clients started divorcing. So then I started working with their attorneys or getting involved here or there. And then after I did like 8 of them, I was like, first I was like, why is everyone getting divorced? And then I started thinking, I was like, oh, I can kind of do this. How can I do this a little bit better? And I didn't know how to get in front of attorneys besides just cold call them. And yeah, I just didn't have, it was like raw. I knew what direction to go in, but not what to do. So looked for you, took the master course. And from there, I just kind of applied a lot of events. I know I'm talking your ear off, but how did I get into this work with CDRE? I wanted to focus on a listing heavy focused business, and I felt that'd speak. I'd be able to use my skills best there. Yeah.
Nice. So you started out as a relationship person. That's how you built your business to begin with,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is actually really important because not
Yeah. My
everybody, builds a business from the standpoint of the relationship side. So
Yeah.
the fact that
I'm
you did
8. Yeah. Sorry.
you're a what?
I was saying I'm 8 asterisks in my second vector
Okay.
for the
So for
ABA.
those who
Yeah.
know the ABA, an 8 asterisk means super outgoing, gets filled up by people, energy.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So then you just decided to parlay that into a niche to be more purposeful. And you had also had some experience in doing the divorce piece, and so you kind of that's where the two worlds met, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so then you were in our actually it was our last live class that we did, and it was out here in
Yeah.
California prior to COVID, and you flew all the way out here and spent an entire week. And you got your CDRE, and then you went back home to Orlando, and you just went to town. So, what has it? What is your business like now? Like, what did getting into and being super purposeful about building relationships with family law attorneys, what did that do to your business? Did it indeed deliver what you were hoping it would do?
Yeah, absolutely. That and more. So the master course or 2.0 or uh, at the Ilumni Institute, like you're just kind of thinking at first it's just like hey, information, here's what you can do, but it's like a business in a box is essentially what you get. So absolutely did deliver that. What I wanted was a listing focused business in itself, and that's what it was and what it is and more. So in town, written into orders. I get to teach. I get to uh, not only sell the properties, I get to get I know what my hourly is as far as my worth goes, which I know that, but I mean, like, I can bill for it. Like, so if I'm doing a market analysis or a fair market value, uh, just connecting the vocabulary, right? So if I do a fair market value report, I'm able to bill for that
Mhm.
because I should. Why not? And I'm also able to testify, and I can bill for that because why not? So, uh, so it's a big listing business with some more perks because you're a resource
So it's
for the attorneys. Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
multiple streams of income for you
Yeah, absolutely.
is really
Yes.
what it is, which is also
Uh-huh.
very helpful to kind of anchor, a commission only business. So you're
Absolutely.
able to
Yeah.
augment your cash flow by charging for your expertise, your expert work, and like you said, I mean, how do attorneys feel about that? So a lot of realtors, you know, haven't thought about billing for their time. Um, what is that like for you when you send a bill or you get
Yeah.
brought in on a case? Are attorneys off put by that, or do they embrace
No,
that?
it's expected because
Mm.
you're an expert. It's expected. I'd almost say it's weird if you don't send a bill because even when they reach out to you, they ask you what are your fees. Like they expect it. It's a part of the industry. So so being able to reply back, knowing it or having a template or whatever, just knowing it and being able to reply back. This is the market report. This is what the cost of the market report is if you need additional dates. Here's your testify. Here's if I do a half day, full day. Here's just now, like, you're being able to communicate your value confidently, and it's what it is. So if I was telling a realtor, like, just feel comfortable because when you're working with in this industry, in this space, it's expected and no one scoffs at it. It's just in the real estate industry, you're only expected to get paid out of a percentage of a successful closing. It's not like that in family law. We do get paid off of a successful closing, but again, like we just touched on, there's multiple streams of income.
So you're not talking about billing for your time when you have a listing. This is just a whole separate
Yeah,
service offering that you have, which is
yeah.
to, when you get hired as an expert to testify or to prepare a report for, I mean, what are some of the things that you provide reports for or that they ask you to testify for?
Sure. So, if so, for example, I have one right now where I'm asked to testify regarding uh, husband. I keep thinking, I'm like, can I say this? Where I have a husband who is not agreeing to sign the listing paperwork, so he's in contempt. So I have to show that he hasn't signed any listing paperwork, that he has viewed it. Right, you can look in your software. He has viewed it. It has been sent multiple times. Per every time. So you're there to testify on. Sometimes you have to provide an affidavit. You're testifying, or sorry, in this example, I'm testifying to show here's indeed what has actually happened, and here's the evidence of what happened, and then that way they can take action from there on whatever it is. So yes, that's one example of it.
Yeah. So this is definitely
Yeah,
over and above what you would do in a listing and that sort of thing. So
yeah.
very, very fascinating. So your business, after you got your CDRE, your business then turned into a rather flourishing sort of a new career. I mean, you continued to do events for family law attorneys,
Oh,
right?
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, some of the events would be, happy hours. A lot of the stuff continues over because, and this as well. But family law attorneys, it's like they're just like realtors, versus like estate planning attorneys or all the different attorneys, family law attorneys. They're just similar to realtors. So a lot of the same events I'm able to just carry over because they have kids and families, and you're, that's the way you connect with your database, right? doing Popeyes, doing everything, and the business builder and stuff. But yeah, doing all the events, rent out movies, happy hours, a big annual event. I mean, they love that, and then they're able to get together. It's not their normal. Um, Bar event that they sign up for, and they get CLE credit with microwave frozen food, right, that they just put out. Like you do a decent event or like a happy hour or something like that, like they're being treated a different way.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like oh, that's a cool event. Oh, there's live music there. Oh, there's karaoke. I'm not going to sing it. Oh, but this judge was a karaoke singer, right? A couple of years ago. So he's just started singing. Now everyone's singing. Now everyone's dancing. So I mean, it's just a way to get loose. And then they're like, oh, Kwaku did that? Who's Kwaku again? Oh, okay, gotcha. Like, and so it's just a way to you created a different experience for them, and then you connected them, and then you're the reason for that, and you don't drop the ball, so no one has a reason to say anything bad about you. So then it's only good stuff that people say about you. So
That's awesome.
it's yeah, absolutely. It just builds on itself.
That's awesome. Speaking of judges, you recently have gotten an opportunity to speak and teach and give continuing education credits not only to lawyers, that's also something I missed in your intro. You also are part of the Alumni Speakers Bureau, which means you're certified to provide continuing legal education to family law attorneys. But you also got an invitation to speak for a judges event. Talk to me
Yeah,
about that a little
absolutely.
bit.
Yeah. So Don Mall, he's so wonderful. We were talking about that. He was gonna do it in South Florida, and then somehow it got switched around in dates, because they move dates around a lot. So he ended up doing it here in Central Florida. Anyways, so uh, as we're joke around and everything, and then at one of the events, one of the judges were like, oh, hey, we're waiting for you to teach. And I was just like, we just shot the breeze or whatever. But anyway, so I was able to they said, well, just kind of put it together and then let us know when, and let's just get a date on the calendar. So we got a date on the calendar, and super excited because a lot of the judges know me, but yeah, super excited to they write me into orders, or they see me at events, but I like them to see like the full extent of this is who you're writing into the order, not just because this person did it, or I did good on this case, or you saw me testify. They get to see like the depth, and really, like alumni, like you said, like you're connecting, you're showing value through education. I'm not going to sell them, but I'm going to show them the extent of what they don't know,
Yeah.
and why I'm the expert that show them why I'm the expert that they do right in. So for
So
those who don't know me, they can start using me, and then those who know me, I'm just like, uh, you know,
yeah.
really tightening those bonds.
So what would you say? Um, I'm going to ask you this question kind of in two different ways. What would you say that judges need to know? My other question is, what do you think that attorneys need to know?
Two different questions. You can make it three different questions. What do
Yeah, what are you going to
attorneys
teach
need to
these
know?
judges? Like, what do they need
Yeah,
to know from you?
so absolutely. So the judges, and they do, and you know all this. So judges do more than just family law. They may do domestic violence, DV. They may do different types of law, and so sometimes or often that judge is sometimes educated by the attorneys on, okay, yeah, this is what goes on in family law or whatever. So what would I say to judges, that a similar message to what I would say to attorneys? It's just all parties are safer having an expert handle it. So if they're gonna, whatever ruling they're gonna make, um, the parties are safer if they have legal representation, i.e., the attorneys. They're safer if they have like, financial neutral, or that's helping them out. And same thing, they're safer if they have that crux, that pillar of uh, expertise in the real estate capacity. So if they need to write someone in, they know the ethics, the morals, the expertise, the depth of knowledge and moral character that the CDRE has. So that's what I feel that what should the judge know? The judge should know the depth and the usefulness that and the necessity it is to have a CDRE written into the orders. Each time. Uh, for attorneys, I would say, like, you break your foot, you go to the hospital and then a podiatrist. Uh, your car is not working, yeah, you could do it. Go to the mechanic. So same thing with the real estate. Same thing. Go to not just a realtor, a CDRE. So I'd say that's most important, because you're going to the expert, and that's who's going to handle it. Similar message to the as the judges, but who's going to handle it and protect your license as your bar license as an attorney, and then that's who's going to take care of those clients in the proper way according to the orders.
So
Every
let
time.
me ask you this: what would you say are the top three tips, besides the fact that CDREs are really the real estate experts capable of handling these types of listings? But aside from that, what would you say are two or three concrete tips that you would give to divorce attorneys about real estate that maybe you thought that they knew, but maybe they didn't know?
Top three tips to give to divorce attorneys about a CDRE.
Or know about real estate?
Oh, a top three tip. Title. I mean, not. It's a lot. So, top three tips. I'd probably say, uh, the documentation, the legal documentation. The procedure around the listing documentation that we have. For example, I got into an order where judge signed, everyone signed on it, and the sellers Sally sells seashells by the seashore, right? The sellers shall sign with Kwaku Mitchell for the listing, and if both sellers don't sign, Kwaku's still to list the property on the market. And it was like, I kind of need both. I need both sellers to sign on it. So top three would be like the CDRE knows the proper listing procedure, title, being able to know the different situations of title that can arise as a problem. So for example, I have all these stories. I'm talking a lot, I know. So really quick, we were able to see that a property had a whole bunch of stuff, and then not a whole lot of things, because this particular matter, all the attorneys were going off of what the spouse was saying about the property, when title showed it was a lot different. I think you had a file in Master Course where it's 5 acres, husband and wife are living on the parents' 1 acre on a property, and they got divorced, and then it's the parents' property, but so all this stuff that they don't need to kind of figure out or get in the middle of as attorneys, they can have it over to the CDRE to, us to.
Well, it sounds like they need to do more discovery.
Yeah, correct, yeah, and that's the last place that I was going as well. So, qualification and discovery for the entire matter, and us being involved earlier would help and make all that easier. Yeah.
Got it. What advice would you give to a realtor who's looking to maybe kind of flirting with the idea of getting into the divorce niche? What do you think that they need to know? And I know you get asked a lot. I mean, people call you and talk with you about they may want to get into the divorce niche, or what's your experience like, and so forth.
Yeah.
What would you say to them?
Yeah, it's funny. You definitely have to ask Joe Gordon how that call went with me when he called. But what do I say to a realtor? I mean, I definitely say uh one big thing you got, your patience, your emotional intelligence and health, you being able to have a depth of understanding for your clients, the pain they're going through, the shock, the confusion, but the uh, pressing forward of the whole process, not being yeah, just the whole emotional component of it. It's not just real estate. Anyone can list or sell a home, but it's being able to get through the irrationality, the muck of the process of a divorce, on top of residential real estate, which is already like emotional, right, compared to commercial. But so I'd probably say just emotional intelligence check, and then uh, your your staff, your organization. Like, do you have support to be able to time block your day, BLT, like Barb, to be able to time block your day, and stay accountable to the activity that you need to do to grow the real estate, to grow the CDRE business, the CDRE portion of your real estate. Because I had to grow it. I think we all do. To some extent, we all grow it from what our previous business was, and then we just kind of water and grow, and then harvest in the CDRE business. So it builds slowly over time, where it can replace, if you want to, or just be whatever size bucket of business you want. So it is so emotional checking, and then kind of questioning, like, hey, can I commit to the activity, and then just being able to budget for and stay committed to like an organization, like Illuminate. So if you got to do an event, or if you've got to order marketing materials, or being able to remain in Master Club because it plugs in and does so much for you. So I mean, all this, I would say, uh, sorry, last thing, is that it's not a quick return. So, for example, in master course, I remember one of the students said, "Hey, so when can we expect like a return on our on this?" They're bitching about the cost of the master course or whatever. So they were like, "When can we expect a return on this?" Like 2 months, like 90 days. You had closed the book, right? You had closed the book, and you're like, and you put it down, and you're like, no, don't expect a return for like a year, maybe two
Yeah.
years. It's just
Yeah.
so funny. So you were like, this isn't a get leads cold call course. You're like, go to Mike Ferry for that, right? But you were like, it's basically a business that you're growing a whole business. You're building habits, personal habits, to be able to reach out. You're building confidence and expertise to be able to connect to the attorney and properly handle the file, the matter that you're going to be a part of. So I know I gave a lot in there, but as far as an expectation goes, I say that same thing to every single person that may have reached out to me. I'm like, it's just not a pay for leads thing. It's
Yeah.
it's you're investing time, so expect a year, 15 years out, just like it's a geographic farm. Yeah.
You can't
So
you
that's something
can't
I'd say.
rush relationships. I mean, you can
Correct.
invest
Yeah.
in them, you can show up and be present for them, but at the end of the day, this is a relationship business, and they take time to
Yeah.
mature and to develop. So, excellent, excellent. Well, thank you, Kwaku, for spending your afternoon with me. I really appreciate it, and thank you for
Yeah.
all the work you're doing to represent us in Central Florida. And I look forward to seeing you in a few weeks out here
Yeah, a few
at
weeks
Elevate.
coming up, and good thing the Knowles one for you. I know we had our call coming up, so I was gonna.
We're
Uh,
back. Okay, it was one game. It was one
yeah.
game.
So
We're
one game.
trying to, like, keep it in perspective. It was one game, but it was a big game. It
All
was a
right.
big game. So,
Yes. Yes.
all
Yes.
right. Thank you.